The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. From the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man is Uzana. This gets through and now an opening. And way in for a Cincinnati score. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry now for David Montgomery. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. He's at the 30. 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, and all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 31, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
As we all know, a big priority for Cincinnati in 2021 is building up the line on both sides of the ball. They want to protect Joe Burrow on the offensive side, but the defense as a whole only produced 17 sacks last year, the lowest total in the NFL. So getting to the quarterback, as we just saw there, that's a nice sign for the Bengals.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Here's Fields. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Touchdown! Cole Kmet, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, this defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of a carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And some room to work. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 16 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now.
There's just under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jeremiah Tauchu in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here's Kevin Huber now. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 9, Fields flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Fields. That is caught by Cohen. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A good throw there. And this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Burrow on play action. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Here's a give to Mixon. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert. Or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 37. Off play action. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.